Welcome to Grade 7 Social Studies. My name is Mr. Tembo. Last time we were looking at subsistence and commercial farming. We also looked at crops that are grown in Zambia. Today we are going to look at the major farming regions of the world. In this topic, we look at where the major farming regions are, the position where they are situated. These areas have rich humus soil, they have the same type of climate, and they have the same type of vegetation. The main areas, there are 5 of them. They have similar climate as well. And in these regions, the main crop that is grown is wheat. These areas are, namely, we have the prairies in North America, we have the pampas in South America, then we have the veld in Africa, we have the downs in Australia, and then lastly we have the steppes that are shared between Europe and Asia. Let me just draw a sketch map to see the positioning of these areas in the world. This is just a rough sketch map showing the world. We had a topic to look at the continents of the world, so we have these major continents that are shown here. I will look at these 5 farming regions of the world. Farming regions of the world. The first region we are going to look at will start from our continent, Africa. We are going to look at this region which is called the veld. The veld. I will have my key there. Every map is supposed to have a key to guide somebody to know what they expect. That is, this area is called the veld. The veld is found in southern Africa. It is a grassland. If you want to know more about the veld, it is divided into 3 portions. There is the high veld, the middle veld, and the lower veld. This is a grassland with thorny bushes. You can't find big trees there. There's a lot of grass. The soil is good. This place, the main crops that are grown there are wheat is grown, maize, vegetables, and fruits. Farmers also keep animals like cattle and sheep. The veld is sometimes referred to as the savannah. It is referred to as the savannah. Most of the wheat that we use, like here in Zambia, comes from South Africa that they use for making bread and other things. So you can see that in the farming regions of the world, the crop that is grown in all these areas is wheat. And the type of soil that is found is fertile humus soil. That is about the veld in South Africa. On nearest the same latitude, we have the grassland found in South America there. Okay, I'll just put lines there. This is the pampas. The pampas is found in South America, places that is Argentina and Uruguay. These places, they are farming areas. The farmers there keep a lot of cattle, and the people who look after these animals, the shepherds, are called gauchos. These gauchos ride on horsebacks. They have to look after these animals, plenty of animals, the cows. So there are big farms there in the pampas, and the crop that is grown there is wheat. Wheat is grown at a larger scale. This wheat is used to make beef, mince, and corned beef that is exported to other countries in the world. Other crops are also grown. Corn is grown there. The local corn is grown in the pampas. That is about South America. Remember, they are almost in the same latitude. These areas are in the same latitude. The other place which is almost in the same latitude are the grasslands of Australia. Third grassland we are going to look at is the grassland along the same latitude in Australia. There we have this one, which is called the Downs. It is in the southeast of the continent. Australia is the only continent which is also a country. The Downs of Australia. In these grasslands, the soil is very fertile for growing crops like wheat. But the main activity that takes place there, the climate is good for sheep rearing. Sheep is reared there, and sheep, the main type of sheep that they kept is called the merino type of sheep. Those big type of sheep with a lot of wool, fur that they get for wool. Cattle is also kept in that area. As you can see that the country is surrounded by the ocean, but the climate is very favorable for keeping of these merino sheep. Also, wheat is also grown on large scale. That is the Downs of Australia. The fourth grassland we are going to look at is what we call the prairies. The prairies are found in Canada as well as in the USA. That is the prairies. Prairies. I'll put a dotted thing there to show this grassland. In this grassland, it's one of the highest wheat producers of the world. It's one of the highest wheat producers in the world, having very fertile soil, and the climate is very good for growing wheat. In the prairies, there is less use of labor. Most of the work is done using machines, and the machines that are mostly found there in the prairies are the combined harvesters. Most of the farmers use these big machines to process the wheat that is grown in the prairies. About the prairies, we are done with the prairies. They grow the wheat on large farms, and some of this wheat even find itself in the market of Africa. The last farming region we are going to look at is what is called the steppes. The steppes. The steppes are the grasslands on the same latitude. You can see the two of them with the prairies are on the same latitude, and these three are also on the same latitude, meaning they are the same type of climate, vegetation the same, and same type of soil. So on the steppes, these ones, they are found, it's the only grassland that is found in two continents, being Europe, partly Europe and Asia, that is the Southeast Europe, and then West Asia. They are divided in between. The Europeans there experience part of the steppes and the Asians that side. What happens in the steppes? These are found, they are used by nomads, these pastoralists. The nomads who keep a lot of flock, a lot of animals are found there, and they move from, a nomad is a person who has no permanent home. They move from place to place looking for better place for farming and where there is pasture for their animals. On the steppes, they keep a lot of livestock, and the soil is very fertile for growing crops like wheat. We can see that these animals that are kept there, they provide them with a lot of milk and other dairy products, But wheat is grown in the fertile soil around the Black Sea, and the Ukraine. But further east, where the soil is poor, sheep is also kept. That is about the steppes where we have these nomads who move from place to place. They just build temporal homes, not permanent houses. They have temporal homes. After staying at a place for some time, they see that the resources are exhausted, there's no fresh water. They move with their families and animals to another place to settle, where they will have the needed necessities. After some time, they will go back to the place where they were at first. These are the 5 major farming regions of the world. We have the veld, that is in South Africa, Southern Africa. It also extends, the vegetation extends upwards from South Africa, going up, covering part of Central Africa up to Kenya. They experience the same type of savanna vegetation. That is about the veld, with tall grass, small bushes, and the soil very fertile, good for growing crops like maize and wheat. Then we have the pampas, I said, in Uruguay, Argentina, there in South America, where you find these cowboys, the gauchos, who look after the animals riding on horsebacks. Then we have after pampas, we came to the downs of Australia, where you can get a lot of milk there from the cows. But the main animal that is kept in this region is the sheep. That is the merino type of sheep, those big type of sheep that provide them with the necessary wool that is needed in certain industries, the merino sheep. Also, we came to the prairies in North America, that is Canada and the USA. This is the highest, one of the highest producers of wheat in the world, where machinery, they depend on machinery, use of machineries like the combine harvesters to process their wheat, but also crops, other crops are grown like corn, oats and barley. Then we come to the last one, which is the steppes bordering Europe and Asia. This is where we have these pastoralists, the nomads, who keep a lot of flock and they move, they don't stay in one place, they move from place to place. I have an exercise for you where you are supposed to, on a blank map, world map, you are supposed to plot the 5 farming regions. You can put them in any order, but the 5 of them should appear, and then you make your own key and show the positions. Also, on top of that, I will need you to name the continents. In which continent are the pampas? In which continent are the prairies? Which continent do we have the veld? In which continent are the steppes, and in which continent are the downs? So you name these continents. And also, you name the oceans. This is Africa. To the right of Africa, what ocean is this one? You name it. The ocean there, the ocean there. You name the main oceans of the world. I think you enjoyed my lesson. Thank you very much for now.